Hey guys, it's Cal here. So I had a few questions because these are sort of DIY hilts. A lot of people have been asking how they will do the switch solution or how they would install a recharge port. There is a hole in the base here if you want to mount the recharge port inside here. There is about 3 mil of material there, so you can tap it with I think it's M8 by 0.75 tap for Switchcraft recharge ports. So you can do that. Alternatively, you can. I'm thinking about designing a 3D speaker holder that holds the recharge port behind this. So all you'll do is pull the kill key out from here, so you can still plug in and remove your recharge port, the actual plug itself. And what I would do is just design something that slides on the inside of here and is flush with there, so that way you can still slide over it, and when the pommel's on there, you can access the recharge port. So I'll probably be designing one of those for you guys. If you want, it would also have to hold the speaker because the speaker's meant to vent through here, so you can either have in-hilt recharge port just by installing a speaker and then have the recharge port behind it, so removable, or you can have a removable battery and you remove the battery. So that's if you're doing a stunt lightsaber. So if you are doing a stunt, you don't really have to worry about a recharge port unless you want to put one in there. But if you're doing a sound install and you want a recharge port, you can find a solution there. So I'll probably get one of those speaker holders designed soon. I'll design it on SolidWorks. It might take me a few days or something like that, but I should be able to make one for you guys who are unable to machine one or find a good enough solution. So that would be how you would put a recharge port in there if you wanted one. The second would be the switch solution. The switches that I would have used if I was doing the install are these ones here. They're little micro tactile switches with brass hats. They are sort of incorporated onto the actual switch itself. So if I just move this out the way so you can see it, if I focus on it, let me just have a look. Here we go. So if you see there, they are fairly small tactile switches, but they've got these switch hats incorporated on them, and they're very, very sort of responsive, give great feedback if you can hear it. So what you can do is drill a hole into the center here, so this area. So in this part of the activation box, drill a hole all the way down to into the main body, and that will give wire passage. Then you can mount your screws in here. For those who have milling machines or something like that, the more advanced hobbyist or the more advanced installers out there, they could mill the actual area where the buttons slide in. If you don't have that sort of machinery, you can use what I use sometimes, which is VHB tape. It's double-sided tape. It's really strong and it's fantastic for these sort of things. So after you've drilled the hole in there, you would lay across some VHB tape and pierce the hole inside the tape to allow the wires to pass through. Then because it is double-sided and very sticky, you would mount your switch or switches, depending on what board you use, onto the tape like that, so they're sitting underneath. And then using your clamp card, you would drill just through here. It's brass, so it's very thin as well, so you can drill it, just hold it in a vise and center punch it, and then drill it. And drill it the same size as the tactile switch plunger. And then because the double-sided tape is on there as well, you could use a thicker piece in the middle to hold this still. It would slide over the actual plunger, so when the clamp card is on there and it's sitting above the VHB tape, the plungers are popping out of the top of the clamp card, so that way they're brass, they match really well, and you'll be able to press them perfectly. So that's a really good switch solution. It doesn't take too long. All you would need is a drill. That's it. You need a drill, and make sure you take your measurements. So you want to measure halfway in the center between here for the hole for your wire passages, and you want to lay a thin layer of VHB tape for the switches to be mounted there, and then another one just in the middle, probably over the wires, so that the clamp card will sit above it. So very easy. You can just get this VHB 3M VHB tape on eBay. There's different thicknesses. I've got various thicknesses, so I always get a few of them, a few different ones, or you can just get some cheap foam tape. But I would go for the more premium one. So that is a very simple solution for making the switch area. Obviously as well, you've got your optics holder to hold a Tri-Cree or a Tri-Rebel LED. If it holds a Tri-Rebel, because the PCBs don't have a hole in the center, you would need to drill a hole in the center of the PCB. It's better to use a Tri-Cree because they all have a center hole, so all the wires can go through the middle. If you're planning on using like a quad LED, make sure you double check what the PCB size is, because the PCB for the LED on this one is 20 millimeters, so it's designed for a 20mm PCB, and I know that some quad LEDs have a 22mm PCB, so that would not fit inside the supplied optics holder. You would have to either mount it in the body, make some further adjustments on there, but like I said, because this is a DIY hilt for installers out there or sabersmiths, you can certainly find an easy solution. So there's a simple switch solution. Trust me, it's really not that difficult as long as you've just got a drill. All you would need to do again is drill the 2 holes the same width or the same diameter as the plunger on the switch, drill a hole in the center for the wire passage, some foam tape, put the switches there, another bit of foam tape in the middle, or just remove this foam tape and then slide it over the top of the switch plungers, and you'll see the plungers will pop out from the top, and that's it, a switch solution done, both if you have a single or double switch setup. And then obviously you can do the recharge port in here. What you can do as well, if you wanted to, you could drill this to 8mm, this hole, you could just widen it and then push the recharge port through and use the recharge port retention nut. That would be a very simple way of installing the recharge port, and the wires would pass obviously through your speaker holder or around your speaker holder, and then when you want to remove the pommel, you just take the nut off, remove the pommel, and that's it. Another very simple solution for a recharge port without having to buy a specific tap or buy the 3D printed speaker holder that I'll probably design for this over the next few days. So very easy solutions there. I hope this answers a lot of your questions. If you do have any more questions about installing these, just let me know. However, if you send this to your favourite installer or recommended sabersmith, they'll easily be able to do that for you if you send them this video link. So yeah, if you do need switches, let me know, because I can definitely supply some if needed, and you guys can go from there. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for all your support with this run, and I'll catch you next time.